Saint Beauty, composed of Atlanta natives Alex Belle and Isis Valentino, like to say they make confetti music. Signed under Janelle Monae's Wonderland label, the fashionable duo met as teens working in a vintage clothing store and have been on the same wavelength since. Coming to the mic with a sound that melds funk, soul, R&B, with a dash of trap instrumentation, they strut on social media too with a visual style that embraces comfort and classic looks. This past January marked the release of their first EP, Running to the Sun. After years of working under Monae, the two have hit the ground running. This is Millennials in Music with your host, Zeppelin Tillman. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. While we were talking earlier, I know that you just said that before interviews you get kind of nervous.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing with the stage?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm excited and ready.
Yeah.
Other times I'm really nervous. This particular tour, I've been more nervous than usual because it's the biggest tour that we've ever done.
Absolutely.
So I have forgotten lyrics and things like that. But like I said, becoming comfortable with embarrassing myself has helped me grow.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's important.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Isis? How do you feel whenever before big moments? Are you kind of nervous? Because I can't tell. Like, I know that you all said you're kind of shy, but I watched a little bit of your performance and you all were rocking the crowd. So like, I couldn't tell. How do you all translate that?
Yeah, I'm nervous all the time.
Yeah?
I'm nervous right now.
No, you're not.
I am.
Really?
I get nervous before shows a lot.
Okay.
And yeah, you just gotta break through. You just gotta, I don't know. Like she said, like be okay with embarrassing yourself. I like looking back at like our bandmates and like Alex and laugh it off, like if I make a mistake or something. So that helps me out a lot.
So you all are a duo. Who's your favorite duo? Do you all have like a favorite like tag team? It doesn't even have to be artists. Like it could be like PB&J. Like it could be anything. Like do you all like, chicken nuggets and ketchup? I don't know. Do you all have like a favorite like just combination of things?
That's funny. I would say I would go with like music, maybe like Paul McCartney, John Lennon. Like they're great like writing team.
Mm-hmm. I love Outkast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Outkast. They're amazing.
The Atlanta.
And we definitely look to them for inspiration.
Did you grow up on them? What was it like? Were they like in your ears as you were growing up?
That was like the first thing my mom didn't know I was about to play it because she listens to gospel all the time.
That's cool.
So I had like a little Outkast, situation. I put it in on the side. And that was the first time I ever played like secular music in the car with my mom. So
what project?
Memories.
What was the project? Like, what's your favorite Outkast projects?
Probably the most, because obviously, you listen to the radio when you were younger. I think Stank On Ya is really amazing. But I also love the Love Below and like the double album. Like, I don't know. That's a hard question.
I love the love Below, and I love the fact that Aquemini is, Big Boy being an Aquarius and Andre 3000 being a Gemini, and they kind of merged that together, and it shows like their duality. The fact that they made that word up is really cool. Yeah,
it was. I feel like they were super revolutionary.
Yeah.
In regards to being artists. So I want to play like a quick game with you all because we kind of looked at some of the people who inspired you. So the concept of it is that we took album covers from the years that you all were in high school, and we zoomed really far into them. So we're going to show you, and you are going to have like 10 seconds in order to figure out which album it is.
Is it going to be zooming out as we...
No. So I'm just going to pull up the picture, and you all are going to have to guess what it is, all right? So I'm going to show you. It's real easy. I don't know. All right, you ready?
Kid Cudi?
That does look like Man on the Moon, kind of.
Final answer.
Prince? It's purple. Kid Cudi? Man on the Moon?
Oh.
Wow.
That was good. That was good. I saw you stressing too. I know Kid Cudi's one of your biggest, one of your inspirations.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, can you talk to me like what it was about when you all first heard Cudi that was like, the way it inspired you?
Just the fact that he was so honest in his music and he talked about his real life experiences, and I definitely related to a lot that he talked about, and it uplifted me to know that somebody else was going through something similar that I have gone through. So yeah, I love Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Wow. I definitely think he's an artist that like sticks to his vision and that sort of thing, which I think is special. And I know that you all also have like a vision and mission for why you do what you do. Can you just kind of talk to me a little bit about like what your vision is and what inspired it?
When we first started Saint Beauty, we had to really like dig in and understand why we were doing what we were doing. Because obviously you come in doing music because it's fun. Our whole mission is to like heal and inspire. And so we know like doing music, it heals and inspires us also. But not only that, we also want to be a reference for, you know, girls or women who look like us and who want to just give them like some sort of inspiration. And like I said, heal and inspire. So people who look like us, people who can just relate to us, relate to our music, relate to the lyrics, anything that we're doing, we make sure that obviously that it's us 100% that we're putting in, obviously like our real life, but that someone can actually take it in and be inspired by it.
Was that journey difficult in order to get to that point where, because I feel like, you know, in order to really kind of think about helping others to a certain degree, you kind of have to have like a bit of wholeness within yourself. So what was that journey like for you all to kind of, you know, that level of self-discovery and getting to that point?
I mean, I would say I'm personally still on that journey, just trying to really just gain a sense of leadership and to be fearless when I'm, you know, in front of people. And it's definitely still a journey.
Okay. Same thing.
Yeah, likewise. I think like the past year or two, I've been getting just epiphanies every week or so and just always figuring things out, understanding yourself and the reason why you're doing it, asking yourself real questions and like answering them truthfully. I think that's tough. Important.
I mean, the other thing too is that like it's not like you're doing it in a secluded space. For, you know, a lot of your life is in the, you know, the public spotlight, right? Like, so to speak. So is that how do you balance, you know, still growing into womanhood and, you know, adulting while also still having to do it in front of people and, you know, make mistakes in front of the world?
I think being still is really important and having a sense of solitude, like being alone and still really helps me. And I really like to meditate and talk to my family as well. I think that kind of brings me back. And, you know, when I am in front of people, I feel more calm because I had a good conversation with a family member or a friend, or, you know, I had a good meditation and prayer session. So I think that's what definitely helps me.
And once again, it kind of is like a part of that spiritualness and that spiritual journey. And I know that, you know, forward thinking and, you know, kind of projecting yourself into the future and manifesting is also something that is really big, you know, in your lives. I want to know, not necessarily career-wise, but musically, does manifestation play a part within your creation process? Yeah.
Totally. I actually met Janelle in a Target parking lot when I was 16.
Seriously?
Yeah, and after I met her, I told my mom that I feel like I'm going to see her again, but it's going to be on a bigger scale.
Wow.
And fast forward 3 years, you know, I meet Isis and we become a band, and, you know, Janelle signs us, and it's like a, you know, that felt like a manifestation. And, you know, to your point, you know, sometimes I think about how I can balance thinking forward, but also being in the present moment. Because when you're in the present moment, that's when you manifest things, and you have to like have your mind clear in order to really manifest what you want in the future. So I think being in the present moment is the best part about manifesting.
All right, we're gonna play another round. This one, not necessarily sure how related it was to like inspirations, but it was just probably when you all were in high school, extremely big. So this is kind of a hint, right?
Lil Wayne.
What else?
That's the Carter.
The Carter, yeah.
When he's a baby.
Yeah.
Carter
Got
2.
the tattoos on his face.
Carter 3, my bad.
Yeah. Fantastic. Musically, do you all think about 3-year goals, 5-year goals, or do you kind of just, you know, as we talked about, stay present, live in the moment, and just kind of allow what's going to happen?
I think that's kind of, I mean, we know where we want to be in the next year or two, but yeah, I think we call our music confetti. So we don't want to just be put in like one box of like what our music's going to be. And who knows, we might want to do a country album one year. I don't know. But we just have to do what feels best for us in that time. So like we've changed a couple ideas in like 6 months. So, you know.
Yeah. What are the next like year goals, so to speak?
Definitely perform overseas.
Okay.
Put another project out.
Okay.
And just perform more, tour.
Yeah.
Just continue with our career.
Okay.
Yeah. Have it to grow.
Be at peace.
Be at peace.
Yeah, be peace and happy.
One of the things being a duo, I would love to know, because, you know, when you're working in close, quarters with people, you may not always get along. You may not always agree. How do you all deal with instances where, you know, you may not see eye to eye on a project, or you may not, be vibing in the way that you are now, or just in general? How do you all work through those things as, you know, young adults, as young women?
Well, I would say definitely having a mediator, someone who can, give us both perspectives, and have us understand where each of us are coming from if we don't understand each other completely. And also just agreeing to disagree and just let things go and just be.
Yeah, how have you kind of thought about that? What are some things that you, you employ when you are just like, Alex, just not reading me right now. Like, what do you do?
I'm still working on myself. Okay. So I think it's important for me personally to kind of go away and like really kind of just understand myself before I even judge anybody else. Okay. So that's me. Like I'm working on that. Like making sure I look at myself before I look at other people. And then I can know like why am I reacting like this, like all this sort of things. But like she said, definitely having like a non-biased mediator, is important.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So in closing, we always close every interview with we call it 8 and 45 if we have one artist, but because you're a duo, it's called 8 and 90. So basically what I do is I give you 8 questions and you have to get through it in 90 seconds. So it's just rapid fire. Really easy.
90 seconds. That's a minute and 30 seconds.
It's like this or that type thing. Like it's like real easy, real quick. Okay. So each of you have to answer though. Okay?
Okay.
All right. A Goofy movie or Toy Story?
A Goofy movie.
Toy Story.
Living single or A Different World?
A Different World.
A Different World.
All right. Auntie Annie's pretzels or Cinnabon?
Cinnabon.
Auntie Annie's pretzel.
Ooh, because you can get a cinnamon one. Auntie Annie's.
Okay.
Pretzel.
One has to go and all their products with it. Amazon, Google, or Apple?
Google. No, wait, though. Hold up.
I would say Amazon.
Amazon, Google, or Apple?
Yep, one has to go.
Forever.
We have about 40 seconds left.
Amazon pretty much rules the world right now. So he's like a billionaire right now. So he can make his own Google. So I would say Google.
Okay. One legendary producer to produce your entire next album?
Legendary.
Dr. Dre.
Legendary producer. Legendary.
Pharrell.
I would say Pharrell, yeah.
Okay. Favorite city to perform?
Atlanta, yeah.
Okay. Favorite book?
Untethered Soul right now.
Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza.
And if it could be only one season for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Summer.
Spring.
Thank you all so much for taking out the time to sit with me today and chat. Can you just, talk to people about where they can find you, what you all have coming up, and, all that good stuff?
You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, any social media platform at Saint Beauty Band, ST Beauty Band, and our website as well, saintbeautyband.com.